now we reach the data, right? Excited? Because the data is important things. The previously we learned, the interface and then component-centric program, and also we learn how to interact with the Unity, including UI. These are pretty much about the basic of the Unity. Yeah, there are many ways and different ways, but I prefer this kind of way because, as I mentioned, we built application, gonna be complex. So in this case, we wanted to make some like very controllable way. We want to make one single source of truth, and the one singleton source is gonna control multiple game object and multiple UI. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about how to import the numeric information, numeric file or string or whatever information to the Unity. When I say numeric, it's just like a number or string data. CSV is one of the the important and basic file here. Just go to the this link here. Yeah, I don't know how many people are familiar with this term, structural data or semi-structural data or unstructured data, which looks like complicated, but the semi-structured data you can think about like SQL, sequence query language, or Excel sheet. Structured data. And the semi-structured data is JSON or GeoJSON, which has a key and pair value, or XML also considered as a semi-structured data. Okay, and unstructured data is more about like just text or tweeted or whatever. I mean, which has no sort of structure. So there are three different types of data structure. So CSV is a structured data that we want to import later. And the semi-structured data is a GeoJSON or JSON file. Okay. So here we have this kind of the file. Looks complicated, but this is just CSV file, just Excel file. Column and log. That's it. And using this function, I combine this path and the file name, and then actual computation happening inside of this scope. So let's jump to this function. The streamer reader is basically important data, import and read the text from the path by the built-in features, which is the stream readers. Yeah, this is just a fashion. Just follow it. Yeah, and then once we go through this function, we get like a giant string, giant long string. And then we wanted to split the string in the line break so that we are able to get the list of the data. Actually, we can do like that, like print data and print. This is a good way to understand how the algorithm works. Yeah. And then we can print it. Yeah, let's go up. Yeah, see, it takes time to even display all the file because they're crazy long. Can you see this? The latitude, longitude, tree, geometry, blah, blah. They are one giant string, really big giant string. So I wanted to chop the line based on line break, so that we are able to get this matrix. This matrix, line number 1, line number 2, line number 3. So individual line, we call it observation. The individual observation represents this kind of data. Yeah, that's it. And then we wanted to make a loop because we have a set of data. Make a loop, for loop. So based on the loop, we can split the one law into item, right? So first item is the x position, because we know the first item is longitude and latitude. This is the longitude. Just think about the Excel sheet, okay? This is the latitude. Actually, this is not the number. This is the string, character. We need to convert character to the number. that's why I did this conversion. Yeah. So this is the basically simple sort of execution. First of all, split one row into the item. The first item, now we know, as I said, like latitude and longitude. So we can convert this character or string into float number. Yeah. And then we can, based on this X and Y, and populate the sphere. Just like that. This is the Broadway, Manhattan. So individual point is represent individual observation in the data set here. Yeah. We have, let's say, I think this is something wrong. Around 100 observation. Yeah. Okay, let's jump to the second example. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, this is also the Manhattan. The street that go through is a Broadway, and also we want to capture the other the neighborhood street. Yeah, so here, this is the YouTube video. YouTube. Oh yeah, so this is Manhattan. This is the street, the network. So we use this data. Yeah, this is the data. Same as before, but only difference is that this one is the data is actually from the internet, not a local environment. So if you go to that file, you can see like a ID, street, shape, latitude, longitude. Yeah, this is the latitude, the longitude, right? Now we know 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is latitude, 5 is the longitude. So that's why we are able to access, because we're gonna study from zero base index. Yeah. So 3 is the longitude. Let me calculate. 0, 1, 2. This is 2, 3, right? 3 index. This is 4 index. Yeah. This is because comma based data structure. Okay. So yeah, I will describe it quickly in time, then you guys play with this example, and then please leave any question. Then after today or tomorrow, I can answer the questions. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the, and also while looping, I'm calculating the center vector and minimum maximum vector is because I wanted to reposition the camera. Okay. So can play it. Yeah, so we have this kind of data here, right? It's beautiful. So you can append like some mouse action. You can apply the other time sequences, whatever. You can design your own visualization strategy. And then this is a JSON file. JSON has a little bit different data structure compared to the CSV. So the way of parsing the data is going to be different. It makes sense, right? So I actually make the code as clean as possible. Here, okay. So this is the sort of the third place data visualization in Boston area. Yeah. So here, ooh, beautiful color, right? I want to click the red color here. Yeah. Red color is forest. Okay, that sounds great. What about the cyan? Local government office. Based on the color, it has a different parameter. Purple, airport related things. Okay, let's jump to the code. Okay, this is the JSON file, JSON data structure. Yeah, data set, ID, restaurant. These are the position of the restaurant, right? And go down a little bit. What is that? Flyer. A lot of data, right? Come on. Anyhow, so I will show you the other version of the visualization of the data. Here, this is the third place, like a school, airport, ATM, stadium, Dr. Ju, yeah, some things like that. I just use this data, so identical data. But how we parse, first of all, we need to download the data and then import data this Unity environment. This happening here. Yeah, to be honest, this happens here. And then the JSON is a little bit complicated for those who just starting learning C# because we need to specify the structure of the JSON data. And then Unity has a special function, inbuilt function to parse JSON data. But however, we need to pre-cook the structure. Otherwise, we couldn't load it. So this is a bit complicated. So anyhow, once we get the data using the for loop, we visit individual data and then parse the latitude and longitude. And then because we have a set of the category like a doctor, or hospital, school, airport, right? So based on the category, I create the random color, and then the random color representing the one category and one category. That's why we are able to select particular color, then see the same parameter, right? Let's see. Pick this one. Oh, shopping mall. Okay, these are all the shopping mall. This point is all representing all the shopping mall here. So yeah, that's it. This is the JSON. This is the other example, the weather file. So we recommend you guys to go to that website to make your own sort of ID so that you can get the API here. And also there's a multiple way of fetching the weather information throughout the globe. Yeah. So I just use my API. Please use your API because it has a limitation for free. And this is there are many ways, but I use the city name to parse the data. And this is the built-in function, not built-in function. Oh yeah, this custom function using built-in function. Yeah, and then we create the JSON structure for the weather. So once we parse it, I'm gonna console sort of latitude, longitude, and temperature, which is Celsius, and then I create the cylinder, yeah, and then I'm gonna reflect the height as a temperature, yeah. Okay, let's see the example. Click and play. Okay, solid object. Click. Ooh, yeah, we have a cylinder here, right? Height, 2156 in Celsius in Korea, I guess. We have a more complex example that I can show you later. So that's it. You can jump to other example. And OBJ is also string-based data structure. So using the OBJ file, we can see this kind of nice visualization. Yeah. So what's happening in this C# component is that again, OBJ file is the file that gonna contain vertices and connectivity and color. So you guys can convert to like 3ds Max geometry or Rhino geometry to OBJ, right? To import, export in other current software, commercial software. And particularly, this is one of my research that I did. So it has like a flow dynamic simulation. So this is done by the Rhino environment. And then we actually capture this moment as an OBJ file with the color value. So this is the OBJ data. So B is the individual vertices, right? Where are you? Okay, VN is vertex normal, and then there are other connectivities happening down there. I'm not going to show you because this is the little customized data that I did because I wanted to convert not only vertices but also vertex color here. Yeah, because in the simulation, the color is representing some value, right? So we want to save the color as well, not only the position information. So I pre-cooked the data here. Same as before, we import the string data, and then, which is similar to CSV, because we has a column, individual observation has the individual item, right? The V is representing X, Y, Z, like a vertices. V and vertex color, so I convert the vertex color like a RGB, it's normalized value, because this value is a minimum is 0 to maximum is 2555. But as I said, the color in Unity, we wanted to use the normalized values. So we need to rescale like a 0 to 2555 to 0 to 1, yeah, which is normalized value. So that's why I divided by 2555. The reason I put the F is because we are going to use the float number, yeah. Without the phi, it's gonna be error. Yeah, not this case, because they're gonna use the integer anyhow. Yeah, so that's why we have to see this result. Yeah, it's nice, huh? Once you click it, click one of the sphere, we can see the color. Yeah, and let's jump to the other example. Come on, yeah. So image is also sort of data structure, right? So I use the height image for the rebuild the length, just like that here. So we can click double click one of the file here. So actually, the example has two paths. One path is importing the image from local environment. The other one is the using the HTTP like a web environment. The rest of the algorithm is identical. The only difference is how to import from URL or from local. So this is the using the URL. This is the local things. Okay. So there's two examples. So here, this is the definition of height map. You know, the grayscale information gonna contain the the height of the shape. Yeah, there's multiple things. We use this height map to build the terrain. Okay, so download. This is how we download the image. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just wanted to talk about how to build, because this is important things, right? These two files are identical, as I mentioned. Yeah. So the pixel, the image is a two-dimensional data structure, just like a CSV. We have a latitude and longitude, yeah, just like a X and Y. So that I wanted to make digit the individual pixel, and this is the special function to get the grayscale value, while X and Y. And then we know the value, and then I apply a little scale factor because it's not that big, the difference. So that, yeah, it's nothing special. Everything you guys already know, right? To create the primitive and update the position and scale value. And also we can positioning along the y-axis, right? And then get the renderer component in order to change the color value, right? Yeah, so I can actually do multiply 2. Maybe 1.75, little like emphasize the color difference. Come on, play. Yeah, so it's basically what it does is along the X and Y, for example, in this context, so with individual pixel we digit and then call the color value, and then we convert color value to the height. Yeah, the height of the terrain. So this is something special. Okay. Yeah, and then we Now let me summarize the data section. The data section is more about like how to import the string data, because string data has a little different types of structure, like semi-structure, structured or unstructured data. So based on the structure, we need to parse the string data and convert the string data to the float number so that we are able to visualize this number by using the Unity inbuilt shape. In this case, it's sphere, which is more straightforward way. And also we have a debug way, it's an easy way to visualizing the data, right? So this is the most important lesson from the data. So we have a 3 example to the mesh. Again, the mesh is really important to draw something on the camera view, right? So without understanding mesh it's really hard to understand the visualization in Unity. So this is a simple rectangle rotating 1 vertices. Okay, we see how it works. So this is a very basic and minimum procedure to create a simple rectangle mesh in Unity. Okay, so we need to specify the vertices first. Vertices are always like important, elements for the graphics or design or geometry. And then also we need to define the connectivity for the triangle. Always triangle. So meaning that 0, 3, 2 means 0, 3. Okay, this is my bad. It's my bad. I'm gonna update it. Okay, 0, 3, 2 means 0, 3, 3, 2, which is 1 triangle. The other triangle is 0, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1. And so we have a rectangle, right? So we basically tessellate the triangle, tessellate the rectangle by triangle. Okay, this is the important things. So we have our data, vertices, and then connectivity. And then rest of them is just procedural things. We need to create the game object and then append the mesh renderer, because mesh renderer is important things, photo render. And then also we need this is a prerequisite. We must add these components. Mesh filter, because we wanted to update the mesh just like that. Vertices and triangle, we update the data, and then compute a little bit. And then, yeah, these are sort of the necessary function based on the Unity documentation. And then every frame, I'm gonna update the individual and the vertex, position of a vertex, which is to the index 2, and then update the data. That's it. For the start phase, we prepare vertices and connectivity, and then update time, we just update the second vertices for a position, and then update the vertex data and connectivity data to the mesh. Yeah. This is a procedure. If you're familiar with the OpenGL or WebGL, this is very same procedure. It's nothing special. So this is the second example. Yeah, we have a cube which has different color. Let's double click the C#, which looks like complicated, but it's nothing special. This is just build the vertices, and then as additional information, the individual color fill out individual vertices. Okay, so it's the same order. And connectivity, as we learned in the previous example, they are identical. It's nothing special. We create the mesh renderer and mesh filter. We can get the mesh from the mesh filter and then update the vertices and triangle and color. Yeah, these 3 information we prepared here. The rest of them is the same as before. Yeah, and then I'm trying to update the rotate by transform. So in this case, what it does, something happening behind the scene is that we simply rotate the transform. However, inside of the transform, there's some vertex calculation to update all the vertices at once, which is the magic anyhow. So these are something behind the scene in the transform. So that's why we are able to see this kind of simple but looks like complicated. But this is really important to understand the mesh further. So the last example for the mesh, let's play. Yeah, we have a bunny here. Yeah. So this looks very complicated, but again, it's simple. Vertices, connectivity, that's it. Let's open the C# file here. So again, OBJ here. This is the OBJ format. This is the data we use, right? We have a vertices, 2,500 vertices is there, and the face is there. And this is a face. So basically, this is indicating the index of the vertices. Index of vertices, for example, like maybe, okay, let me, I don't want to spend my time here. Okay, so this is just index, 905, for example. This is the index of vertices. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 all the way down somewhere. This is index 905, for example. This is the vertex. Yeah, this is special function to download data from URL, and actual functions happening here. Yeah, same as CSV file. I have a CSV file and import the CSV file, which become like a one giant string. I break down as a I break the giant string into multiple line based on the line break, and then we have a vertices and then face, make up some for loop to pass the vertices information and then create the connectivity. So just like this, you know, I manually put the individual line, right? Vertices and color, which is inefficient way. How could I make, you know, 900 or 20,000 vertices or sort of connectivity is impossible. So create some for loop, right? And then if the V, we know V is indicating vertices, and then we can create the vertices and then add these vertices in the list. Connectivity, same as vertices. And then this is the same fashion as we did. Yeah. Create a game object, append the mesh renderer and mesh filter, and then get the mesh data from mesh filter, and then update the vertices and triangle. That's it. And then let's turn off the gizmo first. The gizmo is just visualizing the centroid of the triangle. Okay, where are you? Okay. So clear. Play again. Yeah, we have a 7,000 line of code, and then 2,500 for the vertices, and then around 5,000 for connectivity. This is the data, and you can click the main. We have a nice bunny out of string, you know, OBJ file, which is nice. And also we can turn on the gizmo here. Oops, it's not. Because, you know, this is really good for debugging or visualizing quickly. Yeah, I mean, this sphere is visualizing the vertices, not the centroid of the triangle. Yeah, see, individual thing. This is one triangle, this is one triangle, this is one triangle, this is one triangle. So yeah, that's it. And then as a last example, which is excited because it has something to do with like data visualization and API Python, things like that. And let me click the US GeoJSON here and click the main. Yeah, it has a two script. I want to execute the first script. Play. What it does behind the scene is that parse, basically download the GeoJSON file, which is about United States here. And then based on the GeoJSON is actually similar to JSON, but it has more information, like a polygon or edge or things like that to describe our geographical information system. So anyhow, so we have a US geodata and then built as a polygon and then fill the random color. So if you click the one of the polygon here, you can click it. Okay, can click. Maybe this is LA County. Oh no. Okay, this is LA County, San Diego, San Francisco here. So we're basically visualizing the yes area. And then lastly, if you execute this the second example, it takes a little bit more time. Oh my goodness! Come on, please. Okay, let me stop my sharing because I wanna change my because as I mentioned, I use the free API. Yeah, the API has a limitation. So once you reach a certain amount of limit, the request, and it's not working. So okay, let me open this on here. Oh, okay, here we go. That's why. Yeah. Okay, come on. So I particularly focusing on the California state to parse the weather information, and then I'm visualizing the not only the polygon but also the temperature. So here is the black is not applicable because we try to parse the information but fail. And then so for example, like at this moment, the where is the Orange County is here. Orange County is here. The 20 it's different Orange County. Okay, because like duplicated name here. Okay, so here, this is the California state, right? You can click the one of the polygon, right? So that we can see the name of the county, but also we can have the temperature as a Celsius, right? But sometimes we can face the black, which is not applicable. San Diego, 19 Celsius, just like that. Yeah, let's quickly visit the code, and then I just describe what it does. Yeah. So first of all, yeah, we need to use API, but you please use your API. And then we create the vertices, particularly, okay, so yeah, this is the GeoJSON that describe all the, it looks crazy. Don't be panicked because you don't need to worry about it because we have a pre-cooked data. So we have a data after go through this special function. And also I make some wordable bags. Sorry, this kind of the list for the cities that I wanted to filter out to visualize. So these are all the nameable county in California state. So if the state is inside of our own data set, and then I'm trying to create the polygon, just like that. And then this is the try catch state. I actually leave all the comments. Just please read it after this workshop. And then this is the special function. We put the name because we have this name, right? Based on this name, we parse the information by using the REST API. And I append the other Celsius, some character, and then use this color. Yeah. And also, I use this color data, the name, yeah, here, so that we are able to see this name with the temperature, yeah. These are the structure that we need to pre-cooked to convert the data to the JSON structure. So yeah, it's pretty much about it. Any question? I'm sorry for time is, I think it's over.